So in this class we'll be talking about variables, as you can see it on the screen already. So basically in mathematics we've all heard about the word variables, and basically variables is just something that varies. Basically we use it to store data. Variable is used to store data. As an example, in mathematics they will tell you that 2x plus 5 equal to 5, s equal to 2, all this kind of stuff, s equal to 5. We are substituting into the equation. That x equal to 2, that alphabet x is what we are assigning to 2, right? So x is 2, so that x is variable, because the x can also become 5, it can also become 10, it can change depending on what we are trying to achieve. So variable basically is used to store data, or it is used to store a user input, and that's what we'll be talking about in this class. So this class is going to really be an extensive class, which I might be making like 2 classes, the variable 1 and the variable 2. So because there are a lot of things we'll be talking about. All right, so let's get started. Now let's say I have void main, then I have this and this, sorry, and this. Then I want to print something like Ade. My name is Ademola. I want to print this. Then I want to print another thing. You all know how to print now, so I'm just going to go ahead and print. I stay in Lagos, so that's my location. Then I want to print another thing. Print software developer and startup founder. Let me just put it that way. Let's say this is who I am. Alright, this is what I do. Let's say and educator. So these are the things that I do as an example. Okay. Alright, so now if I print this now, of course we know this will get printed in the console. What if I have a lot of this as an example? I have a lot of this. Let's print this. Let's see. Of course, I have a lot of Ademolas, I have a lot of Lagos, I have a lot of software developers, startup founder, and educator, something like this. So now, let's say as an example, I choose to say, okay, I don't want to use Ademola anymore. I want to use another name that I bear. Let's say I bear Ola. Right? Now, if I run this now, that means I have to go here and change the Ademola everywhere to Ola. Let's say I don't live in Lagos anymore and I live in Kaduna. I have to change the Kaduna here. I'll change it here. I'll change it here. I'll change it here. I'll change it everywhere it is, which doesn't really make sense, right, for programmers. And that's where variables come in handy. Variables allows us to store a data that we can also use later, and of course we can also get to manipulate the data. What do I mean by that? Instead of doing it like this, I can choose to say, okay, now the way we create variables, right, is that we set the data type, the variable name, like this. Let me add it in comments, which of course I will explain now. We set the data type, then we set the variable name, then we say equal to the value of what we are trying to set. Now what does this mean? What are data type? Data type are, let me just say it, you can write it down. Data type are the ways in which a certain data in programming can exist. So we have something like, we have a string, let me add it in comments. We have string, we have int, I'll explain, we have double, we have bool, and we have dynamic. These are the ones I'll be explaining for now. We have these data types that we have. So now what do they mean? I've explained string, int, and double in the previous slide, but let me just repeat it again. String is the data that has to do with characters and alphabet, right? and they are always stored in form of string. Like all these things you see here in this red thing here, they are string. This print here, of course, is a keyword, right? As a keyword. So now, so string are like, they are always stored in quotes, right? Why int and numbers? So for integers, which are numbers, we don't need quotes, right? Now doubles are numbers, but I have alphabet, decimal numbers, right? We also call them float values, but in other programming languages like Python, right? We have bool. Bool is boolean. Bool is either used to store true or false. So we used to check condition whether something is true, whether something is false. Why the last one here, which is dynamic? Dynamic is used to store, it is dynamic, means that it can change. It depends on a lot, like it depends on us, right? But I don't really advise dynamic for programmers, and I'm going to explain the reason later, which of course we'll be doing that with examples. All right, let's store variables now. Like I said, if you want to store variable, you need a data type. So let's say I want to store my name Ademola. Of course, my name is Ademola, that's word, so that should be in a string. So I'll say string, right? Then the next thing you are seeing here is variable name. What do I want my name to be? Say first, string. Then I'll have first name, like name. Then I have equal to, as you can see. Then I have value. Now what value do I want to give my name? Of course I want to give my name Ademola, so let me just copy this Ademola here, then let me paste it here, because that's what I want to store. You can see string first name is Ademola. Can you see now? So instead of printing Ademola, I'll just go ahead and print first name. Can you see? I'll delete this, then I'll just put first name. It makes sense that way. And once I change the Ademola here, automatically it changes, so I don't have to be changing it like that. Anywhere the first name is placed, once I update it anywhere, it automatically gets updates in every other places. I hope that makes sense. Like for example, now this other one too, I can add let me just copy this first name. Let me put it here, then let me put it here. I want you guys to see something, and let me put it here. Then let me put it here, because those are the places Ademola, of course. So now when I run this code now, let's see what we get. You will see we'll get Ademola everywhere, right? Because we have passed a variable name to the Ademola. Anywhere we are using that first name, the variable name that is storing the Ademola value, the Ademola automatically updates. And if I just made a mistake here and I remove, let's say this, my name is not Ademola anymore, my name is now Adeola. Okay, can you see now Ademola? Let's say my name is not Adeola. Let me just remove this M. Yeah, I don't have to start looking for places to also update the Ademola to Adeola. Once I just put it do here, automatically it updates every other places and turn all the Ademolas to Adeola. I hope that makes sense. So I would like you to also play around this. You can have your age, right? You can have your age. I'll do something now. It's something I will do now. But I'll do it in the next video, because I'm only allowed to record 10 minutes per video. So yes, catch you in the next video.